Helo, shwmae, croeso nôl, welcome back again to Module 1 of Welsh for Beginners. In this lesson, we will focus on how to count from 1 to 20 in Welsh. After learning 1 to 10, it would be a good idea to take a short break or come back the next day to learn 11 to 20. See how it goes. What we want when you're learning a language is quality learning, not rushing through. I want you to retain what you've learnt. Barod, ready, bant â ni, off we go. So, first looking at numbers from 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3. Repeat after me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And on your own. Da iawn. And the next ones. 4, 5, 6. After me. 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6. And on your own. And the next ones. 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. And on your own. Da iawn. 10, 10, 10, 10. And then let's look at them all together. 1, repeat after me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Da iawn. And repeat after me again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you may want to stop here and try and see if you can say each one on your own. I'll go through them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now it's important that you go back over this first section again before moving on. So play, repeat and stop as often as you want to until you have memorised the numbers 1 to 10 in Welsh. I must mention to you that some numbers have a feminine form in Welsh, namely the numbers 2, 3 and 4. So what do I mean by that? Well, let me tell you. If you have studied Spanish, French or Italian before, you will know that nouns, so nouns are the name of something, in most European languages have a gender. What do I mean by that? Well, some nouns will be feminine, some masculine, and in the case of German, some will be what we call neuter. Now in Welsh, nouns are either masculine or feminine. For example, the word for chair is cadair. Cadair, or chair, is a feminine noun, and the word for table, bwrdd, is masculine. So what does this have to do with numbers? If I am using numbers 2, 3 or 4 in front of a noun that is feminine in Welsh, then I need to use the feminine form of that number. For words that are masculine, the numbers stay the same. For example, if I want to say 3 chairs in Welsh, I would have to say tair cadair, not tri cadair. Tair cadair, not tri cadair. So I'd have to use tair, not tri. Why? Well, because the word for chair in Welsh is feminine. If I want to say 3 tables in Welsh, I would have to say tri bwrdd, tri bwrdd, not tair bwrdd, that would be wrong. Tri bwrdd, because the word for table in Welsh is masculine. How can you know what gender nouns are in Welsh? How do you know if words are masculine or feminine? Well, the bad news is that unlike Spanish and Italian, there's no way of knowing if a noun is masculine or feminine in Welsh. The good news is that approximately 60% of nouns in Welsh are masculine. Now, as a child in a Welsh-speaking home, you pick up the gender of words easily. You know automatically if words are masculine or feminine, as you always hear the word used in context, according to its gender. As you progress in Welsh and tune your ear to the sounds of this beautiful ancient language, you too will begin to identify the genders of the nouns that we will use. So don't be too preoccupied with this in the early stages of learning Welsh. Even some native speakers get it wrong, but I just want you to be aware of it. So let's look at some examples, and let's look at the words for dog and cat in Welsh. Dog is ci and is a masculine noun, and cat is cath and is a feminine noun. So if I want to say 2 dogs, I have to say dau gi. But I can't say dau gath because cath is a feminine noun. Instead, I have to say dwy gath. Notice that after the number 2 in Welsh, you need to apply the soft mutation. So if you think back to lesson 3, the letter C changes to G. Remember how we had to use a soft mutation after O when you wanted to say dwi'n dod o Gaernarfon, for example. So now you've come across 2 rules of when you need to use the soft mutation. The first one after the preposition o, and the second after the number 2, dau or dwy. No mutations from now on, you'll be glad to hear. So if you want to say 3 dogs, you would say tri ci, because the word for dog in Welsh is masculine. And 3 cats would be tair cath, because the word for cat is feminine. And for exactly the same reasons I have stated before, we would say pedwar ci and pedair cath. Well done on going through this first section of this lesson. You may want to take a little break now to review the work, or if you're happy, you can continue and look at numbers 11 to 20. So for the numbers 11 to 19, you just have to remember 2 little words, un deg, which you should know already, literally 110. And then add the corresponding number to the end. So if you want to say 11, you just say un deg un. If you want to say 12, you just say un deg dau, and so on. Easy. Let's go through them one by one then. Un deg un, un deg dau, un deg tri, un deg pedwar, un deg pump, un deg chwech, un deg saith, un deg wyth, 19, 20. The word for 20 is also very easy. You just say 20, literally 2 tens. So say them again after me, one by one. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And again, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now pause recording here and see if you can say them on your own. That's it. Diwedd Module 1, the end of Module 1. I hope that you've enjoyed the first step of learning Welsh and that you now have a good understanding of the basics of Welsh. That is, how to greet people and give some personal information.